it's time to dish with D. That's me. Yeah, I'm making another recipe today. I am making something from the WW. It was sent to me on a Zingle. Now, I don't know if you guys get Zingle, but Zingle is something we get, it's like a text message with encouragement. And once in a while, they'll send a recipe. Well, this one was a zucchini pizza casserole. And I thought it sounded interesting because I love me some zucchini. So I thought I'd bring it to you today because it sounds interesting. And if it's really good, you might want to make it. I'm going to veer off a little bit differently from the recipe because of the ingredients I have on hand. But I'm going to show you so far what I've done. All right, it said 2 zucchini, medium zucchini shredded. Well, I used 3 of them. And you shred it with your little box grater or your Cuisinart, whatever you shred with, and you put it in a strainer. Now, over the strainer, they want you to salt it. So I'm going to put about a couple shakes, not a lot, of salt. This way, it will help the zucchini get out a lot of the water. So this is going to sit for about 20-25 minutes. We're going to drain it, and then we're going to squeeze out the moisture, and we'll come back and I will show you what we're going to do with it afterwards. So it'll be really interesting. Yeah, I did, like I said, I did a little extra because I thought it's a free product. I'm not going to skimp on the vegetables. So yes, let's let this sit. It'll be a blink of an eye for you, but it'll be 20 minutes for me. All right, here we have our zucchini. I squeezed it out as best I could to get all the rest of the moisture out of it. To that, we're going to add, it said egg whites, but I'm using an egg. Doesn't cost me anything on my plan, so that's what I'm doing. Let's see. All right, we'll do a teaspoon of garlic lovers, or you can use garlic powder. Teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Don't need to add any salt because we had salted it prior, so we don't want to add any more salt. Dee likes to give this an extra little zhuzh. Pepper, of course, freshly ground. And I'm going to add a little bit of breadcrumb because I'm actually out of Parmesan cheese, so we're going to use the seasoned breadcrumbs. Just going to throw a tablespoon. I can always add more if I think it needs it. And 3/4 of a cup of reduced fat mozzarella cheese. Let's measure this. I'm all making a hot mess here, but press it down. That's 3/4 of a cup. All right. All right, now we need to mix. Let's try the spatula. I've not mopped these our hands. I have a 13x9 pan standing by because we're going to press this at the bottom. This is going to be the crust of our pizza casserole. I'm thinking about adding another egg to this because it doesn't cost me any points. I don't really think it needs it. I think we'll be fine. I'm going to add another tablespoon of breadcrumb now. So it's 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. I have my oven preheated to 400. Okay, that looks perfect. Put a little on you. You don't need to grab this out of the way. My pan. That's my cheese. So let's spray him with some, or her. All my pans are female. Non-stick spray. It's gonna be rice for everything with this stuff. And now we just dump it in. Oh, that wasn't the best angle. I apologize. I'm not a professional. And I say that all the time. I am not a professional. I am here for your viewing pleasure. to spread it out. Make a nice little thin layer. That's why I'm glad I added that extra zucchini, because this is your base crust for your pizza. Well, it's just going to be enough. Get nice and even. Not too thick on the side. I think this has to bake for 20 minutes. I'll let you know. I don't remember. I have to look at the recipe. But I said, maybe Dee, you should have printed it out. That would have been smart. But yeah, we're talking Dee here. Doesn't think much. She just does. Kind of press this down. A nice little. Okay. All right. All pressed. I'm gonna pop her in, and we're gonna bake it. And I'll let you know how long it bakes. I don't remember. I haven't looked at the recipe, but I'll know when it comes out. And this is gonna get all baked. Then we're gonna top it with our toppings and then bake it again. It's gonna have turkey sausage, turkey pepperoni, and some more mozzarella cheese. So yeah, this is going to be delicious. So let me go pop her in the oven. I'll let you know how long she baked. All right, it baked for 22 minutes. And look how beautiful and golden it is. Looks like a pizza crust. So now we're going to top with some different things. First, we're going to top with, of course I forgot to bring the tomato sauce over. You can top with your favorite pizza sauce. I'm just using a can of plain low salt tomato sauce. It's not something that has much flavor and there's no sugar added. So just pour that in. As much. I'm going to use about a cup. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit more garlic because this really doesn't have much taste. So we want to jazz it up a little. And of course, since there's no salt or sugar, we're going to add a little bit of salt. Some Italian seasoning. Let's use the Italian. No, we use the Italian seasoning because not everybody has flavor gods. So I'm just going to stir this. A little bit of Italian seasoning, just a pinch. Now I have some turkey sausage. It said the recipe called for 98 fat-free ground turkey. That's not my jam. I don't like it. So I opted for the turkey sausage, and my points will reflect that in the recipe. Because, I don't know. I mean, look how lean this is. There's no fat in this pan. I'm sorry. I'm not eating the ground turkey. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of ground turkey. Of the lean ground turkey. I think it's bad enough we have to have turkey. I'm not going to have the most driest, flavorless turkey that there is. But again, if you want to lower your points, then by all means, use the turkey. This recipe can be made to your liking. Like I always say, you can put beef. Chicken would be really good in this too. This was about a pound, a little over a pound maybe. And it's really a lot. But again, it's an entree, so you want it to be definitely meaty. Okay. Layer that, spread it out. Turkey pepperoni. I have about 10 slices. The recipe called for 20. I thought that was just a little bit too much because to me, the star is the sausage. And the pepperoni is just like a little, I think mushrooms would be good on here. Peppers. I'm opting out of onions today because my family doesn't like onions, but I do. So I will be having chop some onion on the side for me. You know what? Maybe I'll put some on here. What the heck? Heck with those people. Okay, I'll go grab my onion. Throw some on top. There, I threw some sweet red onions on top because just mostly on this side. And we have the remaining of our mozzarella part skim cheese. It'll tie it all together. So I think it's set to bake another 20 minutes. So we're going to bake another 20 minutes with a little extra Italian seasoning on top. A little extra, you know, just come out of this stupid thing. It's just a little extra something, something. And I'll throw my little garlic on top. And my Flavor God cheese. Again, this is totally optional. Okay, we're gonna bake this. We're gonna bring it out and we're gonna have at it. Baked for another 20 minutes. I just pulled it out of the oven. It looks so amazing. And look at that. The pepperoni got all crispy. And the cheese is all crispy. Looks really good. I will portion it up and I will have a taste. I'm not sure of the points because, like I said, I did change it up based on what I had on hand. So it's probably going to be more than what they had, but we'll see. I just realized I never tasted the recipe and gave you the points. Yeah, it was that kind of day, I guess. I don't know. It was really good. The suggestions I would make on that would be upping the zucchini. I think being at 0 points, it's a vegetable. I would definitely double or triple it, to be honest. Make it a nice thicker crust. I actually couldn't taste it. I'm a little bit disappointed. It was kind of like an afterthought. Like I didn't really realize it was there. And I didn't have the ground turkey. My recipe that you're going to see in my recipe blog reflects, no, it doesn't. This recipe, I think, the points I'm giving you for the recipe I made here is 7 points. The recipe I have on the blog is the recipe from WW. It's lower in points if you use the low turkey. I don't really like that turkey. Let me just say, when I used this sausage, everybody loved it. Even the non-WW people were like, this is really good. You know, you sacrifice sometimes taste when you use the other turkey, in my opinion. I know some people will say, oh no, you don't taste this is good. No, it doesn't. Anything that low in fat doesn't have the same taste. But if that's what you choose, then if you like it, that's great. And that's how you make it. I won't be making it. I will suffer the 7 points and use it. I mean, it was just that good. It really, really was. And they wanted me to make it again. So that to me is a winner when the family who isn't on WW asks for the recipe, like, oh, you need to make this again. Except, like I said, I would increase the zucchini because I wish it had a thicker base. And, you know, but it was, you know, and again, I wouldn't use fat-free mozzarella. Now, the recipe doesn't call for it, but I know a lot of people say, oh, I can cut points by using fat-free mozzarella. No. I don't. I like a full-fat cheese or a low-fat cheese. I've just realized in the last probably 5-6 months maybe that I just don't care for fat-free cheese. I'm done suffering for texture and taste for points. I'm done. I mean, if that's how you want to do it, you know what? That's your recipe. You do what you like. Absolutely. But I'm just telling you, it's a lifestyle and I'm not giving up that little bit of creaminess for plastic. It's just, I just don't like it. So I'm thinking to myself, why are you doing it? You're saving a point. You know, geez, suck it up. And I do. I just move on. So that's how I do it. Again, you do what's comfortable for you. This is your journey, not mine. But I'm just telling you, like, if you guys say, oh, gee, why don't you use the low-fat cheese or the fat-free cheese? That's why. And I used to use fat-free. I'll be the first one to tell you. And in some things, I guess you still can get away with it depending on where it is. But on this, because it's on the top, maybe you could, it just gives a different consistency that I wouldn't want. So that's why I have given up. It's part skim. That's it. That is my limit. I will not go lower than that on any cheese. And I don't use that much cheese to begin with anyway. But again, that's a personal preference. You know, you do you, and that's what you have to do. Stop doing what everybody else does. Find your niche. If you like that fat-free cheese and that low-fat turkey, hallelujah. That's what, you know, just, you know, you got to find what works for you. But the way that I made this, if I didn't say it already, because I do get sidetracked, it was set 6 servings, which I think they got 8 servings, which it's zucchini for crying out loud. So I made it into 6 servings. It was 7 points a serving. It was, my family was looking for leftovers the next day. So I would definitely increase the zucchini, most definitely, next time. That's my takeaway. Increase the zucchini. Double it, even triple it. Definitely, because there's definitely room in the pan. Like, you could see that there was not that, definitely do it that way. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was on my WW Zingle. I guess it's on the app. I never even looked. But we get Zingles that gives us tips for the week and a recipe. So this was the week's recipe, and I thought it sounded, I love zucchini. We love zucchini. Any kind of, and tomato. That's like my favorite combination. That's why I like zoodles. Again, I like zoodles because I like zucchini and tomatoes. So that's why that works for me. That's why I thought, ooh, this sounds really good. And I had everything, so. And plus, I used, in my recipe, I used the canned sauce. Normally, I use my 0-point sauce. I didn't have any. And I didn't feel like making just that little bit of, with 8 ounces. I wasn't going to sit there and make a batch for 8 ounces. But you could use make your own marinara. I don't know if it shaves off any points. It might, but it might not be anything worthwhile. The points in my recipe came from the sausage, because I used regular turkey sausage. But it was the bomb. I will say that it was. There's nothing that replaces good old pork fat. A little bit, like I said, that's what makes sausage. People say it's the seasoning. It's the fat. The little bit of fat in there. And it definitely, with the seasoning, that's why it's a whole other animal. But you do you, and that's what you need to do. I hope you enjoyed this quick little WW recipe. I don't do many WW. I don't know. This really tweaked me, and I really enjoyed it. We will be making this again. The family did like it. So if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and that bell. People ask me, what does the bell do? The bell lets you know when I upload, lets you know when I go live. And if you're one of those people that want to know that, hit that bell. It'll hit all notifications. Have a great day. We will dish another day. Thank you.